Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of Agoraphobic Engineering, the show where I make really terrible puns in the video titles. I'm sorry. Who am I kidding? I'm not sorry for anything. In between the last episode and now, I've done a little bit of extra detailing back here, put some extra lights. I've also fixed the lights in the floor so that now when the door opens they turn orange and start blinking, which is cool. Also, as an anti-getting trapped situation, I've put a new cargo container here, kind of in the vain hope that I won't actually get stuck back there, which definitely did not happen. Again, it didn't happen. No, don't cut to the footage because it doesn't exist. That's slanderous. So I'm embarrassed to say it, but it's happened again. It's happened again. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I was stuck in there for like 5 minutes before I started to record. Oh my god. You have no evidence that it happened, okay? It didn't happen. It did not happen. That is fake news. Things like the storage shelf, the consoles back here, all the access panels, put a few of them around here, put a barrel back there, another access panel on the front there, a few extra detailing bits just to kind of tie it together. On the docket for today is just a little bit of basic housekeeping stuff, really. I've, for a few episodes now, not actually had enough oxygen farms to provide for one engineer, which is a little bit of a problem considering that I am one engineer. So what I'm going to do today is probably just add more oxygen farms onto this because I'm lazy and that's the easy thing to do. If I can put another 4 oxygen farms on there, that should give me enough oxygen, given that these oxygen farms only really see sunlight during roughly half of the day. I did the maths before starting the series and figured out that I think you need about 3 or 4 if they're in constant sunlight, always producing at the optimal rate, and these aren't, so I think having 8 wouldn't go amiss. Ultimately, the plan is right now to get rid of this smaller solar array and somehow get it conveyed up to here and replace it with oxygen farms. That's going to come sometime in the future. I don't have the right tools for that yet. Getting this piped up would be the main challenge because I don't want to just pipe it on the outside because that would be ugly. What I think I am going to do is I'm going to make another small ship that will be able to dig tunnels in asteroids so that I don't have to conveyor things on the outside because that's, again, kind of ugly. Kind of similar to how these oxygen farms are already piped up, except I did this with voxel hands, don't tell anyone. Because ultimately that's what I'm going to want to do, is bring a conveyor from the back of the hangar, maybe, I think there are some conveyor ports on the back here, all the way up to the bottom of this, and then make this an advanced rotor, and then cover this in oxygen farms. So then I don't need to worry about oxygen farms anymore. So that's number 1 on the list. Number 2 is I want to put an oxygen tank, maybe 2, on the miner here, because it doesn't actually have any. I don't know how long it would take for me to run out of oxygen in this, but I don't really want to find out. So before I find out, I reckon I should probably just put some oxygen tanks in the back here. I've got a bit of an idea for how to do that, but I still haven't decided 100% what I'm going to do. I could actually move... that's an idea. I could move the brain no worky ore detector. That's what that block is. Yeah, I've played this game for I don't even know how many years now. Move the ore detector 2 blocks forward and put an oxygen tank there in its place. Could work. Would it be cool? I don't know. We will see. But before that, this is getting really cheesy now. I hope you appreciate it. Thank you to the channel members. I hope the level of cringe is worth it. Right, now what do I want to do first? I'm going to procrastinate on the real issues even more and put an oxygen tank in the minor. What I'm thinking, if you can call it thinking, is... Let me get the spectator cam. It's oh, hello, where are we? What I'm thinking is to move the antenna one block further back, then come in here, replace this block with a conveyor T-piece, and then on the 2 blocks outside of it on either side put a small oxygen tank. That's the theory. It will work, because I say it will. Does it really need 2 small ones? It's probably better than 1. So yeah, we'll go with it for now. Right, let me get rid of that. Really? Was that space pressure? Okay, alright. Sure thing. Sure thing, right. That in there. Get rid of that block, and then... Right, I want them to be blue. Definitely want the lights on the outside. Now, where do I want the text? It's facing that way, so if I put it like that... There we go. That should work. Conveyor junction. No, I want the small ones. I'm silly. T-piece. Where is it? There it is. Okay, let me get required components. Right, there's that done. Now I just need to replace the antenna. Where is the... there it is. Right, is there any other styles of antenna in... That's... that... Nope. Nope. So it's going to be one of those. And it's just going to have to be poking out a block. It's kind of ugly, but, you know... I'd rather be ugly than not be able to breathe. And I can't see the toggle block off. There we go. Now I can read build vision. I forgot what this... I should have taken note of the settings before I got rid of the old one. Oh. It's okay. It's okay. I'll fix it later. I will fix it. I'll fix it now, actually. I have to fix it now. One moment, please. Okay, get the mic out of the way. Okay, I think it's set up right. Wait, okay, now get it off the hotbar. I shouldn't need it on the hotbar, actually, because it's controlled by the event controller now. I don't think it's on the hotbar of the remote control. Hold up. Control... No, it isn't. Okay, so that's all set up. This is good. Right, now, if I'm actually going to save before I do this, just to make sure it's okay. If I disconnect, then the antenna comes on. That's good. And then if I reconnect the antenna, then the antenna turns off. Perfect. Okay, right. Now I don't want the tanks to go on stockpile because I don't want them draining the main oxygen tank. That would be bad. So I think that's good for now, actually. In which case, I am probably going to pause and go get some more ice, or am I? No, I'll do the oxygen farms now. That's what I'll do. Yes. All right. So what do I need for? I'm doing this the wrong way around, aren't I? What do I need for the oxygen farms? I need steel plates. Okay, that's good, actually. Right. Component. Oh my god, I cannot type. Oh my days. Put a few in inventory and it's... I'll just go... I tell you what, I'll just go over to the actual thing. I am not smart. Not that one. Is it this one? This one has them in it. Okay, I think it's interior plates you need for... Again, I really should know this. Yes, it is. It is interior plates you need for conveyors. Okay, alright. I'm going to go out and place stuff down. Yes. Yes, I will. See the new lights? They flash. They're orange. It's cool. Okay. So... I'm going to get rid of the... If I can select the... Thank you. There we go. Get rid of the connector here. I think I will actually keep the connector out here because it's probably going to be really useful if I can figure out how to play the game. So in that case, that's going to be there, and then I'm going to want the oxygen farms, funnily enough, and a connector. I'm going to assume that the connector was blue. And I'm going to put the oxygen farms, which way around were they? That way around. No. That way around. There we go. And then... Okay, so down here... I think I should probably place something to hold these two in place. I don't know if I can do that with just armor panels. Will it fit? It will connect onto the end. Okay. I should probably do it with armor blocks though, because then it'll be easier to grind off and not grind down anything I don't want to grind off. If you catch what I'm saying. Right. Okay, so... Control G again. Select grinder. And hope this works. Oh. Oh, okay. I want to weld that back up, please. I would like to keep my oxygen farms. And then... So, where was it? I want that colour. I want one of those. And I would like... Where is it? There's a T-pipe here. And then... more of these. There. And now let's just see what I can weld up. Actually, no, never mind. I will get rid of these scaffolding blocks once they're... There you go. That's... Okay. And nice and carefully, I hope. This is why doing it with the armor blocks was so much better of an idea. Work, please? Okay. Okay. Yep, it worked. It worked. Okay, alright. Weld that bad boy back up. Okay. Okay. Now, can I probably should have welded that up and then... Oh, whatever. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I will... Now, does build planner work? I don't think build planner does work in this. I'm not sure, though. I swear it did work. I don't know, it might be the update, it might be the fact that the tools are on subgrids. I'm going to get some components. In fact, I can do it from here, if I... let's see, how does build planner work again? Get 4 of those on there. There we go. If I then get... Where is it? Let's see, I want the pipe cross as well. Okay, because in theory I think that's all I've technically added. So I think I'm good for that. If I then... I don't know if I've got to set up Izzy's to not take the stuff out again. Let me see. Will Izzy's take what's in the cockpit? Yes, it will. Okay. I don't know. Edit. Okay, so it looks like if I just put that keyword in the name of the connector that I am currently connected to, it won't do anything with it. Which I believe this is the connector. So then what should happen is... Okay, right. Inventories of current ship. And it's all empty. So, in theory, TM, if I do that, and now it shouldn't actually sort anything, it shouldn't touch anything on this grid because I told the connector not to worry about... I don't really know how it works. It looks like it's working. So, I'm going to, in that case, go out and see if it's actually got all the components, which... Build planner would tell me that it has. So, right. Problem? I don't think it worked. Something tells me it didn't work. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I don't think it worked. Right, I'll try it again. Okay, so, right, what do I... Okay, let me... I'm confuzzled. All kinds of confuzzled. Let's just try one. One oxygen farm. I'll connect to the connector. Now what I'll do is I'll go in here, make sure that's on show inventories of current ship, withdraw components for build planner into this inventory. Okay, that looks like it's worked, TM. Now, if I disconnect... Still got all the components, right. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's all of the components there. Right. Okay. I don't really know what went wrong there. Maybe it hadn't quite figured out the no sorting thing, but it seems to be working now, TM. I don't know. And I'm gonna try it again. So, right. What do we need? We need 3 more oxygen farms and 2 more of these. Right. Lock me down. Get them on, get all the components on there. In theory, this has worked. I will find out pretty soon. That doesn't look like enough components, but I will see. Tell you what, I don't think it worked. I don't think it worked at all. I am confused. I am very confused. It's gotten some components. Keyword in that sentence being some. Maybe this is all of me flexing that I didn't have any problems with Build Planner coming back to haunt me. I don't know. I'm just going to take things one at a time. So, let's see. I want one of those. Build Planner. Withdraw that, please. I'm just gonna have to do it one at a time, aren't I? Or manually do it. But it should be easier because now I have all the components for that. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna do it from... no, I can't do it from that connector, can I? Okay. This is annoying. This is annoying. I don't like this. This is why things take so long. Oh, I don't want to crash. What? How was that? I don't know what's happening anymore. Connector outside, because we outside. Let's go. I don't know what's happening. It would be nice if Build Planner just worked from cockpits. Oh, that didn't sound good. That was a bit of a... It's fine. You know what? It's fine. 4 more construction components. You know, I'm just gonna... grr. I'm gonna grr. I'm gonna grr type of mode, you know what I'm saying? This is gonna be a pain to edit. That's not enough. It hasn't filled up. It hasn't filled up the stuff. Brat. It didn't even do enough for one. That's stupid. That's really stupid. Okay, right. Take 670 something. I don't even know anymore. 1 oxygen farm this time, because if I do 3 of them, it doesn't give me enough components to even do 1. Cannot withdraw 34 steel plates. Are you telling me that there aren't 34 steel plates on this entire grid? What are you talking about? Okay, right. I don't know what's happening. Right. I need a bulletproof glass. I need hella bulletproof glass. I'm just gonna get like 100. I don't even care. Oh, that didn't sound good. Right, where's the modular cargo container? Right, I'm gonna put 100 of those in there. I'm gonna put 100 of those in there. Probably about 50 of those, I guess. I don't know. Probably some... No, I don't think I need those. Maybe some of those? I don't know. I don't know, man. I needed small steel tubes as well. Okay, that's one of them done. That's good. I literally only need 8 small steel tubes. Oh my goodness. It's happening. It's happening, gamers. It's happening. Oh, that was sketch. I've already forgotten how many steel tubes I needed. I'm gonna go with 8. I can't get them in my player inventory, so I'm going to have to be quick about this. 8. Right, go. Did it get... they're still here? Okay, okay, alright. I hope I didn't need 10. I just needed 8. Right, okay, that's that done. Okay, alright. That's that ordeal over with. That was more painful than it should have been, but I don't feel like that was my fault? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what's happening anymore. Although, being out here reminds me that I was kind of thinking about making the hangar 1 block taller, so raising the roof even higher. I don't know how that's going to look next to it, next to the other hangar though. It might be too tall compared to that, but I don't know. Probably would have been a better idea actually to have it kind of step down inside, to have this floor 1 block lower than the rest of it. That would have been a little bit cooler, and to have this ceiling at the same height. Oh well, too bad I didn't do that. Right. Problem solved. Now, how broken is this connector? It's fine. It's fine. See, everything is fine. Everything's fine. I treat my ships with the utmost care and respect here. Right, I'm going to go cross some... Excuse me? That was rude. I feel hurt by that. I'm going to go cross some things off the to-do list. Right, O2 tank on the miner. That is done. There we go. I didn't finish... I'm not... Whatever. Okay, alright, alright. Okay, okay, give me a break. Give me a break. And replace the O2 farms. That is also done. Okay, so I've also put on here kind of an explainer of what I want to do. I've put a baby construction ship and a baby miner on here. What I'm thinking of for the construction ship, and somebody had this idea in the comments, and it was a really good idea. If I were to ever build something like this again, I would want something that is just a cockpit and a grinder, and then thrust in every direction, maybe some small cargo, so that I can get into small spaces, like kind of back here, and just place blocks, and if I screw something up, I've got a grinder so I can grind it down again. That would be really, really useful. Would have been really, really useful when I was building this lot, but I'm too stupid to have that idea. It's fine. It's fine. But that's a thing that's noted, and I kind of want one now. The other thing, the baby miner, will help me with conveying up this so that I can turn it into an oxygen farm, which would be really nice. What I'm thinking is, I'm thinking also a cockpit probably, because it would be even more of a pain in the arse to just have that, to have it as a drone. Although it would be smaller as a drone, so there is that trade-off. But just a drill thrust in every direction and some way of controlling it. And that way I can make, again, similar to this tunnel, I can just make a tunnel to where I want to go, and then use the small construction ship to get in there and place conveyors, and that way I can conveyor up to here, no problem. I could actually come off of the back of these. What even is this? That's the conveyor. That's the vent. That's the back of the vent in the main living space. So I could come off of here and just come straight up to, yeah, just straight up to here, and then get rid of this and turn it into an oxygen farm. That's the plan anyway. As for actually making that, that's going to be a bit of a problem, because I don't actually have any platinum, and so what that means, it would have to be hydrogen powered. And that creates its own set of problems, because then I've got to put a hydrogen tank on it. For the construction ship, I've also then got to put an oxygen tank on it so I can breathe. I'm kind of leaning towards having the mining or the drilling ship as a drone, because then I don't have to have an oxygen tank and it can be even smaller. But hydrogen tanks, they're going to be a problem. Thrust in every direction, that'll be fine. Gyros, cameras, a drill, that'll all be fine. But the hydrogen tank, though, that's going to be a pain. Maybe I go with a big hydrogen tank. I guess because a big hydrogen tank is one large grid block, so that will work out if I don't know, I could use left click or right click left or right click drilling. Oh my god, English is... oh Christ. Okay, it's fine. So if I just have everything in line, I don't know, because it's kind of a tough one. It's going to require some engineering, which is it's frankly shouldn't be surprising given that this game is called Space Engineers. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. God, I'm on fire today, aren't I? As for the construction ship, it will probably end up being a little bit bigger. Maybe a welder... Sorry, no, it's going to want a grinder, isn't it? Yeah, it's going to want a grinder, and then probably next to the grinder, then just a cockpit, and then maybe some thrusters around it. And again, it's going to have a hydrogen tank, but it's also going to have an oxygen tank, because you can't place blocks with a drone, so it's going to need a cockpit. So, it's going to be a bit of a tough one. Yeah, so those are the plans for those two vessels. I guess I will see how I actually end up building them. So I'm going to take a little bit of time now to talk about how I plan on solving the problem of not having any platinum or uranium in any of the asteroids that I can see so far. What I want to be able to do is to move my player character outside of the 2 kilometer radius, because unfortunately you can't just spawn new asteroids by sending a drone out as far as you want. Unfortunately, Space Engineers doesn't let you do that. So, to that end, what I plan on doing is kind of amending the rules so that the new rules would mean that you would be allowed to exit the radius of the beacon on the base, but only under certain conditions. What I plan on kind of implementing is that you can build yourself a large grid ship, but on that large grid ship you must have a certain number of things, and I've got it listed out here. So again, it must be large grid, it must have a beacon set to 2 kilometers like the Solitude Station beacon. It must have gravity, or else you won't be able to get around it, so that's kind of a necessity. You're going to want a pressurized space as well, because again, you're not going to be able to live in it if it's just you in a cockpit. So to that end, you're going to need an oxygen tank, you're probably going to want an O2H2 generator, and if you're going to go outside that 2 kilometer radius, you may as well want to bring one of these two at least with you, so you'll probably also want a hydrogen tank on it, just to be safe, so you can refuel your craft and not have to get a crap load of ice all the time. On top of that, I've also made a set of rules for making a living space on this large grid ship, because going by the challenge that I've set myself, I kind of implemented all these rules in here when making this base. So what you're going to want for a quote-unquote living space is at least one bed, so that can be any bed block. If you don't have the DLCs, just kind of make an area that is designated for a bed. You're going to want a sofa. Again, if you don't have the DLCs, don't worry, just have an empty block where it would, or do the old passageway trick for either of these. That would work as well. I don't really mind at the end of the day. You're going to want a toilet and a shower. You're going to want a kitchen as well. Again, if you don't have the DLCs, use your imagination. And what you will need to do is bring a plushie along with you in block form. So whether you find another one in an unknown signal, or whether you want to grind one of these down and take it with you, that's up to you, but you will need to have it in block form, whether you want to attach it via landing gear like I've done here, or whether you want to have it on a rotor. I don't really care as long as you bring one of these in. So that's my set of rules for making a large grid ship so I can go out and scout for more asteroids, hopefully that will have platinum and uranium on, so that I can make ion thrusters, which will make everything so much easier, and also uranium will make things a lot easier. Then I don't have to worry about getting hydrogen so much, but that will come a long time in the future. That's going to be all for today. Didn't get too much done, but explaining those rules probably took way longer than it should. And at the end of the day, I'm still happy with where I'm actually at, so next time probably going to get started on that little baby mining craft, so I can get started on the project to redo this solar tower as an oxygen farm. Because while 8 oxygen farms are a lot more than 4, it's still not perfect. It's kind of bordering on enough, actually, which I was fairly surprised at. But nevertheless, that will be all for today. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, take care. Bye-bye.